Oh hey there! I'm about to show you how I take these photos. Today I'll be showing you a simple and effective way to do your own photo shoot in the comfort of your home. So I consider myself a self-photographer because I don't always have someone on hand to take my photos. So therefore I find my own little way that gives me studio quality photos. I want to show you how to take your own photos. I just stuck the background to my wall using some thumbtack. I have 2 background papers because they are expensive. They're about £20 per paper, and that's a lot for some paper. The importance of the background paper is that it's gonna change the vibe of your photo. It's how you create the image that you kind of just have in your head. I'll put a link in the description box, but I got my background paper from Amazon for £20. If you don't have background paper, you can use fabric, which is much cheaper. So I have seamless background paper, which means it's kind of hard to crush, it's hard to wrinkle, hard to make marks on it, and you can just kind of clean it off and use it again. Set it up in whatever part of your home is most accessible to light. For my lighting for this shoot, I used 2 soft boxes. All 2 of my soft boxes are from Newer, and I got them for about I can't remember the price. So the most important part of your photo shoot, I would say, is lighting. Lighting makes a huge difference on the photo. You just want to play around with your light and find different angles. Once you have good lighting, your photo is gonna look high quality. Composition. Now, I was doing the most, and I tried to put my phone on the roof with the car mount. That never worked. For composition, I already knew that I wanted to be in the center of the frame and I wanted an overhead shot. So that's how it's looking on my phone. And let's start shooting. Basically, by composing my shot, or what people like to call angles, I chose an angle which was overhead to kind of give like a mystery, because I knew that I didn't want to look into the frame. So I was trying to create a story. So this is an example of composition. Composition is done in thirds. So imagine that this is the screen and we got a little box here. I am in the center of the shot. I want it to be on the floor, which is why I put my backdrop paper on the floor, and I took the photo from up above. That's basically how I compose my shot, and that gives you an idea of how to kind of compose your shots. You're either to the left of the screen, to the right of the screen. Boom, composition done. Bad girl don't have nobody to take her photos. I used a remote. So I got a remote to release the shutter from Amazon, and the remote cost me £5. It was really inexpensive, and so that I could take the photos by myself. So I'm going to start by connecting my phone to the Bluetooth remote. I'm gonna turn on my remote, and then Bluetooth A3 shutter, and I'm going to pair, and that's connected. I used this mini tripod stand, which I got from Amazon. This was like £8, and it came with a Bluetooth, infrared Bluetooth. Sorry, I Caribbean, but so I got this tripod stand from Amazon, and it came with a Bluetooth remote, which I just connected this onto my DSLR tripod. I have the iPhone hooked onto the mini tripod, and that's basically what's happening. Voila, there we go. Now the hardest part about taking a photo by yourself with a remote is that you have to hide this remote. Yeah, you have to hide the remote. So you have to pose in a way that you're hiding the remote. So here's me basically trying to pose to hide the remote. I just did a couple of poses, and then out of those poses, what I did was I held down the shutter release button so that I could get like burst photos. And what burst photos do is allow you to take like the maximum of photos. Pose here, and then I'd pose here. So yeah, you just want to hold on to your shutter button while you're moving. That's gonna give you like the maximum amount of photos so that you don't have to keep getting up, checking the screen, getting up, checking the screen. Okay, so I actually really like this one. I've got a few here, and what I'll do is crop out the other bits. I really wanted to get my shoes in, but it's just not gonna happen, is it? Oh, I like this. With this shoot, I mainly use props, and props just help you to like build a story. This is basically the set I've come up with. I've got some plants, my planner, a mirror, my makeup, and just another plant to just kind of like add some, oomph to the story. So with posing, If you use props to complement anything from like a mug or like a book, those are props and it kind of helps you to pose. I use Facetune and VSCO or VSCO for editing. For VSCO, you have free filters on the app and you also have purchase filters. I have a subscription with the app, so I actually have like a wide range of filters, but there are free filters on the app if you don't want to pay for it. I didn't have to touch anything such as contrast or exposure. I do sometimes play with the exposure, the contrast, saturation, but I found that this filter, I think it's called Mixed Boost, it was really nice. Like, it just stood out to me on the photo, so I was like, yeah, that's what we're going with. The main things that I did to this photo was smooth my skin. I didn't do a lot of smoothing. What I do is I zoom right into the section that I wanna smooth. That way, like, there's not this film cast over the skin. Maybe you've seen it before. It's where you can see that the person's skin has some form of smoothing effect on it. So I zoom right in so that I can get the small details and I don't touch anything else that doesn't need it. I added a vignette. I hope I'm saying that right. We're gonna look up that word. But basically, by adding the vignette around the photo, you add focus on whatever it is in the photo. I hope this inspires you to create from the comfort of your home the most amazing art that you can create. Just remember that the less of a budget you have, the more creative you're gonna have to be. But it is totally doable. All you need is good lighting, props, your poses, so a little bit of pizzazz, some attitude, hot girl something. Comment down below your favorite apps for iPhone photography. I think it's so amazing that we can do this on our phones. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And until then, stay bossy, flossy.